Hey everybody, Mark here again with Exotic Car Play Place. Today I'm with my E60 M5, and obviously if you've been following me for a while, you'll know I do a lot of series of videos on this car because I love it, and to be honest, there's not enough information on the internet regarding the E60. Yeah, there is a lot of stuff already, but there's a lacking of a lot of the little detail, and that's what I'm all about. I want to give you detail. Detail on my Lambo, detail on the M5, and today's detail is going to be about the party trick. What's the party trick? This thing has a little trick up its sleeve that a lot of cars don't have, and it's a lot of fun to kind of treat your passengers to a little extra something special. What is that? Well, that happens to be the active bolsters. Here, let's check it out. So let's climb in here and give you a little bit of a demonstration here. Obviously, if you look at the seats, they've got this special little, you could tell it's creased. It's a separation here because these bolsters are meant to move. They're active bolsters.
Sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
And they're meant to operate under certain conditions. Now you can feature the actual automatic. You can use the automatic feature, which will engage these bolsters under hard cornering, or you can dial them off altogether, or you can customize their settings altogether. So, by doing that, obviously you're going to have to engage iDrive. Now down here, you have a couple of buttons. This one and this one. These buttons here are actually the adjustments for those bolsters. So if you want to manually change the settings for those bolsters, you can do that. You can change it for the driver, you can change it for the passenger. So that will allow you different settings, different ranges. But let's turn the car on. We're not going to run the car, we're going to start it. I'll show you briefly here how this works. So I'm going to turn the car on. Nothing yet. But I'm going to press it to go for a start, but there's no foot on the brake, so obviously won't start. But I'm going to hit it again. Now those move. Everything bings. Starts getting ready. Obviously the car's not running, but that's okay. We're just showing a demonstration here today. So we hit this. So you'll notice there's nothing up on the iDrive. So I back up. I hit this. You'll notice now active backrest adjustment for the passenger. See, now a lot of these adjustments can only be done while the vehicle's running, and that's okay, but that's just going to show. So these adjustments are able to, and I'll hit the other one, hit the driver's side. Now you'll notice the driver's side's adjustable. So you can adjust these when the car is driving, and of course, you look at the bolsters there. These bolsters here, that's what they're talking about. Those two bolsters. Fully adjustable. You can dial them up or down depending on, so based on the amount of aggressive driving that you're engaging in, that can actually alter the way that those things pull and how much that they actually pull on you. You go on the minimal setting, they'll move a little bit. There's toggle in and out. If you hit them all the way, they're real hugging and squeezing, almost pinches you in the seat. Now, it's a little unnerving at first, I know, and a lot of people, whoa, what is that? First time it hits you, it's like, what is that strange thing poking me around back there? It is kind of funny at first, but when you're actually driving hard in the corners, you actually appreciate it because it pulls you in places that you normally wouldn't get. I know that's a lot of complaints. I've driven some Porsches and some other cars that are, performance cars that have, a standard non-sport seat, or just a regular, their default seat. And you get into the corners and that car starts throwing you around in there in the corners. And that's lacking. So not all the time does a person want that seat, that, a true race seat. Yeah, they're great on the racetrack. But then there's the seats, like I just mentioned, that maybe don't quite hold you enough in the corners when you're actually driving in the track environment or hard street driving. You're not getting held in adequately. But the flip side is, of course, you got more comfort. So there's always a compromise. But with this, it actually is able to accommodate both conditions. You can tweak it so that you get the, the hard hold, or you can back it off or turn it off completely so that it's not irritating you and you're just sitting in a comfortable bucket seat. So the other option is, and you'll notice you hit the iDrive button, and then what you can do is you go to the mDrive settings. So this is how you can actually engage these seats more aggressively as well, or change the settings. So you go into mDrive and you scroll down and you'll notice backrest. That's right now in the mDrive mode, so under the P500 Sport. So when you hit the M button, this will default to Sport mode. So you can turn these backrests on, so they will basically run hard and aggressively. Now you can change that. If you toggle into Sport mode, you can turn them to normal, which is halfway, or comfort, which is basically just very easy going, and of course unchanged, so they won't move at all. Turn them off, or the most aggressive setting on Sport. Now the Sport mode, it's a lot of fun. Really, it's not intrusive, but you do notice it for sure. So we'll leave it in Sport mode, but all of that comes on when you actually dial in the M button. The infamous M button that gives you the full 500 horsepower, changes all your settings. And here's the other things that it does for you. Of course, the M View. It gives you the heads-up display in M View, which is the tachometer and all that fun stuff. Sport mode, P500 Sport, so it gives you the full 507 horse. EDC, so your differential control is in Sport, so it will drive accordingly. And your DSC, so M Dynamic mode. So everything gets dialed right now, and you can adjust everything. But anyway, enough about that stuff. The point being, you can change these little bolsters to either go fully on, partially, or basically turn them off completely. And the beauty is you can also operate them independently on the passenger and the driver side controls. So that's basically how that whole situation works. Turn that off. So everybody, I really hope you liked that video, a short but sweet one. Nothing too special there, but I wanted to show you those active seat bolsters, and I thought they're cute, you know what? And everybody that gets into my car, first thing they say, whoa, what is that? It's kind of funny. So it's a little bit of a party trick, and you can use that for people who've never been in this car before. I just find it a little bit amusing sometimes, the first response. Please make sure you do like, share, subscribe, and don't forget, like I said, hit that subscribe button below. If you're not already a subscriber, make sure you do, because there is a lot of good M5 content and a lot more to come as well. Summer's coming fast, and we're going to be driving this car a lot. As well as, I'm also a huge fan of Porsches and Lamborghinis, like the Gallardo that I have over here. So make sure you do subscribe. Lots more great content. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.